Happy New Year, everyone. All the best for 2026. I keep saying 2025 was an awful year, but I had a look through my videos and it was actually spectacular. So I've put together this video compilation of the best of 2025. I hope you enjoy it. We start in January. I'm at Boundary Bay and there's a lovely little coyote trotting along the sands. It was a wonderful year for bald eagles too. Just look at them all. Now turn your sound up. Trumpeter swans in the Fraser River Valley. If you look in the background, you'll see some little ducks. I think they're ring-necked ducks. I remember it was freezing this day. The whole lake was covered in ice, apart from this one little section where the swans were. That is just completely iced over. It was very cold, I remember that. But absolutely beautiful too. And at Boundary Bay again, those are mostly gulls. But just have a look at the bay. It was a very cold February. Can you see it's all iced over, snow and ice? It was really cold. But the bird life, they don't seem to worry about the weather as much as I do. Fantastic bald eagles, and there were snow geese and sandpipers and so many migratory ducks as well. Just fantastic. Here I am on the Fraser River at Iona, and it always amazes me how birds live outside all the time in the worst conditions. I've zoomed in on a goose's back. Red-winged blackbird in the snow. Very cheerful despite the weather. And then here I am at Boundary Bay again. Just look at those sandpipers. Mostly Dunlin, but there were thousands, and it's just takes my breath away. Most beautiful little birds. Now March was an exciting month. It was the month I saw my first golden eagle. And the video just doesn't do it justice. It was the most spectacular bird. The golden eagle is really a magnificent bird. We don't see them very often in Vancouver, so that was a real treat. Two little tree swallows having a squabble. I like this video because it's a very early appearance by them. It was still March. And then here we have a red-breasted sapsucker proclaiming his territory, I think. And they're gorgeous. And a little baby great horned owl. They really are the cutest little raptors. Now watch him as he turns around and pops back into his nest with his siblings. His adult parents are nearby keeping watch. They are just adorable bundles of fluff. That's his nest hole. Right now, I'm in the Cascade Ranges, and here is a yellow-bellied marmot. It's still March, it's quite cold. And he's sunning himself on the rocks. Maybe just woken up from hibernation. On that same trip, I saw long-toed salamander. Just look at that yellow stripe down its body. This was the first time I'd ever seen one of these. It was just incredible. Oh, what a beautiful little creature. April was an interesting month. I met up with Isabel Grock, who you can see on the screen here. We were highlighting the importance of protecting Roberts Bank from exploitation and overdevelopment for this reason, for these migratory sandpipers you can see. Late April, early May, I went up to the Cascade Ranges, and this is one of my favorite videos, a raven in the snow. One of the things I love about the Cascade Ranges are the wildflowers. That's a little yellow glacier lily I was looking at, wandering phlox, that's groundsel in the middle. I just find these wildflowers incredible, how resilient they are. These are more glacier lilies. Just beautiful. How they manage to survive in such harsh conditions. Some paintbrush, I think that one's harsh paintbrush, if I'm not mistaken. When you see these subalpine wildflowers, it just takes your breath away. At Lightning Lake, the Canada geese have had babies. Just look at them, just two adorable little yellow things. So beautiful. That's Utah honeysuckle, very sweet, but very mild scent. Some pine siskins. Pacific trillium beside the Skagit River. These are western round-leafed violets. Lovely yellow flower. Highlights of my spring is always the fairy slippers. And I have to say that this year was probably the best year I've ever had of looking at these orchids. They were just incredible. Just have a look at this. Wow. Isn't that amazing? And they were everywhere. I couldn't couldn't walk anywhere without seeing them. It was just so beautiful. Another treat in the Cascade Ranges is the rhododendron glades. They're all wild rhododendrons. I went back to Delta to check on my eagles, and they had their babies, and here's one of my favourite pairs. Look at her feeding the baby there. This is May, so the baby's maybe about a month old. In June, I went back to have a look at the rhododendrons because now they were in full bloom. You have a very short window when it comes to rhododendrons, about 2 weeks, so you have to be there to catch it. This is columbine, western columbine. And a Clark's nutcracker. This is a fireweed clearwing moth on a bride's bonnet. Very pretty flower. Lovely little frog in the wetlands. And this beautiful garter snake. It's a wandering garter snake. I did a much longer video about it. What you can't really see is the lovely colour, almost olive green. It's a little chipmunk. The forests are full of all sorts of interesting characters and creatures. It's a wonderful place. Now here we have an American, wait, let me get it right, American three-toed woodpecker. I think this was my first sighting, and I saw him excavating this hole. But when I went back later in the summer, there wasn't a nest. I didn't see any babies. Here we have the osprey. Really gorgeous creature. This is his hunting ground, the osprey's hunting ground, and it's one of my favourite places, and I think you can see why. It's just heaven. I just love it. A little male mule deer. I didn't see that many this year. Stella's jay, noisy, gorgeous birds. Now the highlight of my whole year, baby loons. It was a really cold morning, snowing, fog, rain, but just look, 2 little babies on their adult's back. These are slender green orchids and bog orchids, white bog orchid. They really are the most beautiful plants. Back to my loon, I think you can see why I love them. It's exquisite birds. That red eye. And those feathers are just incredible. Stripes and spots and black and white, just stunning. And here we are. these back to Canada, the geese babies, they're all much bigger now. Fast asleep, all huddled together. Too sweet. Like a warm, safe nest in the grass. Oops, we have a look. I'll wake up for a second and go back to sleep. These are evening grosbeak. Very noisy birds that fly in great big flocks. They're just so beautiful. They make me laugh. They're just gorgeous, gorgeous birds. Now this is a Townsend's warbler. Have I got that right? Yes, Townsend's warbler. Here we have a lovely little carpet moth. I think it's called an owl moth. A snowshoe hare. This is right beside our campground. We had our tent. I'm just standing right by the tent. And this lovely little snowshoe comes to visit me. They're really cute. Now in July, I spent some time at Cathedral Provincial Park. It's above Kirriemuir, above the Ashnola River, and it's one of the most beautiful places on earth. Here's some harlequin ducklings, my first harlequin ducklings. But what I want to say is, last year they had the year before, devastating wildfires. Crater Creek, Ashnola wildfires. It was a terrible wildfire. So when I visited this summer in July, I was documenting how nature is coming back. And I've got quite a lot of footage and photos, and I'm working on a book about it, because it's just amazes me how nature recovers after such devastating wildfires. There's Mum taking her babies down the river. She didn't like me looking at her. That's the Ashnola River. Scarlet Gilia. And a hairy woodpecker in the trees by our campsite. I couldn't get over all the birds. This is sagebrush, Mariposa lily. And it just popped out of the earth. All around it is just devastation. Lots of insects. I didn't see a lot of big animals, but lots of insects, birds, and wildflowers. And a western tanager. They have the most lovely song. And that scarlet head. Just beautiful. To see them singing in the ruins of the burnt forest is just beautiful. I'm on the Lakeview Trail, and here we have one tiny little pika. Oh, and he's gone again. Right, I'm back in Delta, and I'm checking back on my eagles, which I do every week, and they're getting big and beautiful and about to fledge. There's two in this nest. One is fast asleep. You can see him down at the bottom. And this one says, move over, I want room in the bed, please. in August, I was lucky enough to get out to the Okanagan. That was Spotted Lake, and here's a black-billed magpie. They are really beautiful birds. I think I love all corvids. And it was great because I got to get some quite good video of mountain goats. Right on the steep cliff in Summerland above the highway, and I just couldn't believe it. I wish I had knees and hips like that, but I can't do it. But these mountain goats just walk up sheer cliffs. Here we are at Viseau Lake and a kingbird. That was a really beautiful place. Lots of little birds. Spotted Lake and the sagebrush. Can you smell it? I really do love the Okanagan. We had a good time, lots of birding. And back in Delta, and the American white pelicans have arrived. Now they stayed quite a long time. They usually stay a couple of weeks, but this time they stayed right through to September, almost October, I think. And they're beautiful birds, really gorgeous. Right, we're into September now, and I have a lovely beaver floating along. Turn your sound up. Sharon invited me to Manning. Sharon's a great friend of mine, and we had the most wonderful trip. Not the best conditions because it was very smoky. Can't really get close enough to it. But oh my goodness, the bird life was wonderful. A grouse. And I'm back in Vancouver and I'm at Iona. And here we have a lovely coyote fast asleep beside the Fraser River. It's okay, go back to sleep. Late September, and it's salmon watching time. And the salmon I'm on the Veda River here. And I'm watching these salmon moving upriver to spawn. Oh, it was an excellent year to watch salmon. This is at the Great Blue Heron Nature Reserve, and what a beautiful turkey vulture. Let's wait till he spreads his wings. There. Wow. How gorgeous is that? Back up at Manning, this photo makes it look worse than it was. It was actually contained quite a small section of the forest. It did spread smoke all through the valley, but it was still a wonderful place to visit, despite the smoke. Luckily, it didn't get out of control. And high in the alpine, I've got another grouse foraging. I just love all the autumn colours here. Back down at the lake, and just look here, that's my baby. That's that little brown ball of fluff. It's all grown up. It's getting its adult plumage. They're quite hard to spot. Here we have an American dipper. They are one of my favourite little birds. Just look at that tail and the bobbing, bob, bob. Oh, they're adorable. It's October and the snow geese are arriving at Iona Beach in Richmond, BC. Let's look at them. I love it when the snow geese start to arrive. They're usually the first migratory birds I see. Oh, it's just spectacular. There's a couple of herons there too. Let's look at them. Welcome, snow geese. They've flown here all the way from Wrangel Island in Russia. If I remember correctly, it's about 3,750 kilometers away. Just incredible distance to fly. I'm in Delta and the seasons are changing. It's fall and there's a lot of fungi and mushrooms around. I found this exquisite fungi growing on a driftwood log. Now watch here. Isn't he gorgeous? Beautiful red-tailed hawk. He's a firm favourite and I see him on my weekly walk. Always says hello to me. Isn't he beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. I just love him. Now keep your eye on the left of the screen. You see that? Little hummingbird coming to say hello to him. Right, October's also more visiting lakes and rivers to have a look at salmon spawning. And here we are on the Chilliwack River. And I love this video in particular. This is Chilliwack Lake. Its indigenous name translates to Sacred Lake, which I think is really special. It's one of the most beautiful lakes close to Vancouver. And the salmon have arrived and they're spawning in Sacred Lake. That is so special because it's quite a trip to get up there. Now into November, it's getting colder and you can hear the snow geese and my favourite northern harrier. Isn't he beautiful? This is at Tsawwassen First Nation lands. Ah, gorgeous. Okay, I'm at Boundary Bay and there's just ribbons of snow geese, thousands of migratory ducks, lots of sandpipers. I can't tell you how much I love it. It's something you just have to see. And here I'm back again, I think. Now this one is at Chehalis, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Chehalis. And I'm looking at salmon again. You can see I'm rather besotted with them. I spent a lot of time watching them, but it was such fun. And here I am at a hatchery. I love to visit the hatcheries. They've got great information boards and they have really awesome people that will come and talk to you and tell you all about what you're looking at. Watch this. Watch this.
This is another male.
Oh, that's the bigger one.
Yeah.
Just brilliant. Another coho.
Yeah, another coho, wild. But you see, he's something's been after him too. So
Okay.
a seal or something's grabbed its tails.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Right now I'm at Harrison Hot Springs, and isn't this breathtaking? Look at all the bald eagles. Wow. I don't think I have to say anything. Just look at them all. There are a few trumpeter swans, Canada geese. Oh, wow. I absolutely love November and December at Harrison. Oh, it just never gets old. I just love it so much. Love these beautiful birds, as you all know. Now I'm back at the lake looking at my favourite trumpeter swans. They're really big birds. It always amazes me how they manage to get up into the air and fly, because they're really big birds. And wow, right over my head, just beautiful. I'm on the Fraser River here, and I always am very entertained by nature. Can you see the seal there? Swimming past all the cormorants, double-crested cormorants. They're floating up. The tide's coming in, so they're floating up the Fraser River. Here we are we're still in Delta on the Fraser River, but I like this video because of the backdrop. All the bald eagles are back claiming nests. And now we're right by my house. This is in Tsawwassen. These are brant geese. Just listen to that wonderful noise. It sounds like angry bees. Oh, I just love it. There were thousands of them. In fact, I've never seen such big flocks as I have this year. Thousands of brant geese. They're really beautiful geese. They're black and white. Can you see there? Black and white patterned. And a little neat head with a little collar. Absolutely gorgeous. And some bald eagles in the background. Just stunning. This is at the Great Blue Heron Reserve, and it's a muskrat. Now they have, I first thought it was beaver, and then I looked at his tail, and he's got a little flat tail, and he uses it kind of like a propeller. Back looking at my swans again. It's my go-to place when I'm feeling depressed or sad. I go look at swans. Oh, it just amazes me. Now in December there was dreadful flooding in the atmospheric river and constant rain, and as you can see by this rather sad looking bald eagle and me stuck in Delta listening to the rain. But when the roads were cleared and the flooding receded, I went out to Hope. This is filmed in Hope on the Kukiala River. I went to look at the damage and to see if I could find any more dippers, but I didn't. But I found these common mergansers. Really pretty birds, really pretty bright red beaks. And they make a funny little noise. I don't know if you can hear it. This is the Bridal Veil Falls. It's near Agassiz, and I've never seen it so full. I had to take a video. Right, varied thrush in the forest near there. If you listen carefully, you can hear a bald eagle in the background. But such pretty little birds. And they're gorgeous. Okay, now listen to this. Sandhill crane. To end my video, I've got lovely little sandalines. They're the cutest little sandpipers. You can see them running their little legs running along the beach. It was really cold. Oh, they're just so cute. I want to wish you all a very happy new year. And I'll be back next year with more videos for you all. Thank you all for your support. I really appreciate it.